I loved it.
Louie, the timing of this couldn't be any better. Louie Anderson, our very, very special guest on the Tom Barnard Podcast.com. Yesterday, we had Nick Swartzen on the show, the very first guest on the podcast, and we were talking a lot about you, and he wanted me to pass along to you, in case you already haven't heard, that when he was in Boston shooting Grown Ups 2, he didn't imbibe for 7 weeks, worked out every day, got in really great shape. He said, make sure Louie knows that, will you? And I said, yeah, I'll take care of that. No problem.
Well, he's like a little brother, so.
No, I understand.
You always want to, you just know that, it's a crazy life when you're as popular as Nick is right now. He's probably one of the most popular comedy writers, actors, and movie makers. He's in the top 10, especially with comedy.
Absolutely.
And that's got to be very alluring,
Oh,
can
yeah.
seduce a person right out of their life, so.
Well, and you're a little bit
I
of
just
a
worry,
mother,
and I'm really glad he's taking care of himself, and I hope the movie's a big hit.
Did you hear what Catherine just said to you?
I said you're a little bit of a mother hen, which is why we love you.
I am.
I know.
I am.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Hen.
That's why you're
I mean,
so sweet. Way to be.
I'm very protective over the people I like, and even strangers, I'll try to help them.
Well, you help everybody. As a matter of fact, I want to mention...
it's just, my mom was the caregiver of all, maybe the codependent, mother hen of all time, or I don't know, the smother mother or whatever. She really did care about people.
She did. Well, yeah, I mean, you were...
moms... Your mom, too, she was all up in everybody's business, wasn't she?
Absolutely.
She was more nosy than care.
I have to mention up front, too.
I think it always comes with that care, too, though.
Louie, I will tell you one thing. We've already picked up on the fact that 40% of our audience is not in Minnesota on this podcast. We're at about 10,000 listeners already. Is that correct?
Yeah.
We're about 10,000 listeners on the second day. And so, therefore, a lot of people have been asking on Twitter and on Facebook. They've been very, very complimentary. They're very, very nice. They love listening to it. But what they want to do is meet the family. And I couldn't think of a better guy to have on, because Louie Anderson and my mother were very, very close. Telling the story very quickly, my mother was an ardent Roman Catholic, and she had angel statues everywhere. And I mean everywhere, throughout her house. So you go over there, and it was like, she had Jesus, JFK, and Dean Martin pictures.
And
that's
Louie.
what she had. And
exactly.
But she had her angel statues, and in the middle of all the angel statues was a statue of Louie Anderson.
Was it the bobblehead?
It was a bobblehead.
Was it the
Such
bobblehead?
an angel. I have that statue in my room, weirdly.
Yeah, we've got a bunch
that?
of Louie.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of Louie stuff. One time when he came over, he brought the bobblehead,
A bunch
the
of
watch,
t-shirts.
a bunch of sweatshirts.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that stuff.
No,
I wear
you
my
buy it
T-shirt
and you-
all the time, and I get
You
people
buy
in
it, you
public.
hope to sell it, but you end up giving it away.
no, I've still got the watch. It's in
No, I'm
mint condition.
kidding, man.
If anybody's looking for,
I
a
loved your
watch.
mom, and I was an ardent Roman admirer, so it all worked out.
I loved it when I'd call up Grandma and she'd say, well, Louie's going to be over in a little bit, and I'm making 24 cookies for him, and I'm not even sure Tom knows that he's in town right now.
Oh, jeez.
That's true.
You did. You visited her behind our backs, didn't
Yes.
you?
She was the
Sneaky
VIP
visits.
guest.
My mom was no longer with me, so
Yeah.
it was nice to have a mom I could visit. So it was always fun. And
No doubt about
she
that.
was, she was a sweetheart, and I love her still, and think about her often.
No, well, that's very nice to hear, because I think about her every day still. It's pretty amazing. I remember the very first time that you were on the KQ Morning Show. We were out in Vegas, I believe. Well, you had been on the show before, but I didn't really know you all that well then. And you came, all of a sudden you showed up on the stage. It was at, God, where were we at? For Treasure Island. We're at Treasure Island Casino out in Vegas.
Yeah, that was the first year.
That was the first year, and you showed up with about 50 Krispy Kreme donuts. Remember that?
Yeah, that was a really fun thing. Krispy Kreme, I think, had just opened here, and I said, I can't go to this party without, my form of booze. And
Glazed donuts.
My form of
Louie's got his 20-day chip on the donut.
Donut chip.
Yeah. I just keep eating it, and they give me a chip, and I just eat it.
That's a good plan. Tony Lee joined it. You remember Tony Lee from the KQ Morning Show?
Absolutely. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Lou. It's funny you told that story. That's my strongest Louie memory as well. The very first morning show broadcast in Vegas. Because we were talking, and then all of a sudden...
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
It was like the sea parted.
You never see anybody sad when you're bringing in a box, like boxes of donuts. People are just like... People are so happy, you know? I mean, they're just so... I don't know. It isn't that big of a deal. Do you know, like, when I've lived at different residences and there are doormen and front desk people, when I come home from work occasionally, I'll stop and get maybe some fast food. And I always say, give me 10 burgers and 10 fries and put them in a separate bag. And I drop them off at the front desk. And I just think, you know, I've worked those jobs where you're there all night and you don't plan. You think, oh, I should eat something, and to get a treat like that, always to me, that somebody thought of me. I think it's all about thinking of people. You know, I'm kind of a person who believes that the most important thing is to think of someone.
Yeah.
Because people, you know, they forget about people, and so I think it's really important to just say, hey, I was thinking about you, and here's your burger, and can you put my car away?
Now, Louie, I have to tell you very quickly that at this point of the interview, last night with Nick Swartzen, you're doing well because so far he had dropped the F-bomb about 55 times. This far along.
Oh, had he?
Oh, my God. So many times.
Was that hello?
He was
I
on
was
fire.
crying. I had to mute my mic.
He was on fire. He was
So
wonderful.
offended.
Did a great job. Though Nick is a wonderful guest. Anyway, one thing I want to bring up to you is some of the comments that we got about the show last night with Nick, and people know that you're on. Paul Mercurio's on. I talk about, you know, there's one woman said, I don't know about all the name dropping. It's like you have to understand something that my kids grew up around all you guys. I mean, they've known you since they were little tiny children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So talking about all these different people, you know, we talked about Vince Vaughn last night and when Alex met Vince Vaughn for the first time. But it's not really name drop, it's how they grew up. And also, you know, Nick coming on and dropping the F-bomb and all that stuff, and I threw a couple out there to make him comfortable. But when you grow up around showbiz people, like, you know, you and Nick, and I could go down the entire list, but that's how people talk. I mean, it just is. And you guys...
Yeah, you know, this is a family. I mean, this is, it's a different, you know, we're circus folks with regular places to live. You know?
That's a great...
No
That
tents.
is a good line.
Yeah, no tents.
You know, but we really are, you know? I'm telling you, people in show business, it's a brotherhood. You know, it's a family. What I can say is this: it's a family, and especially around comedy, and especially around, you know, like, people don't understand. Almost all comedy careers started out on the radio, not on television.
Yeah.
This was our real... I mean, that's what built my career. Early radio in all the cities. I was popular in a lot of cities that I had never really done any TV up till.
Right.
You know, in Kansas City and St. Louis and Minneapolis and Chicago and Denver. I found out who had the top radio show, and I would go on that. And that is the family you start building. And comics and radio people, very connected, you know. And it's like, you know, the club scene. We're all... It really is like a gypsy thing, you know. We all know each other. We all know someone who knows someone, and yeah, like your kids, and I've known those guys. You know, I don't know how many years it is now, but and Catherine, and you know, we're all.
It was elementary
I mean,
school
as
for
long
sure.
as
I don't know about the name dropping. We're just talking about people we know, so it isn't really name dropping to us.
Well, I think
it's
I'm
that
very
guy
fancy.
that we know. It's like a brother. It's like a, you know, friend.
No question about that. I just, we're also, you know how the radio show is at KQRS, there's nothing behind the scenes, and we're working on the audio as well because, you know, we want to make sure everybody's level's good and everybody's, you know, happy with it, because they said, you know, some kind of So before we go to the interview with Louie, Catherine says to me, Tom, are you clipping? Which means, are you over-modulating? Are you talking too loud? That's what that means.
Where'd you learn that lingo?
Yeah, where'd you learn that?
In the last 24 hours, I've learned it
Check
more
her
than
out
I've
with
ever
her
wanted to
lingo.
know about audio.
Tony's tweaking. Tom is clipping.
Yes, there you go. But in any case, so Catherine says, Tom, are you clipping? And Louie says, well, aren't you always clipping? Here's a guy, by the way, when he talks to my wife, he talks to my wife all the time. And I don't know how many times you guys talk. You don't tell me about it.
He's been ignoring me lately.
He says, have you been ignoring Catherine lately? Louie, Jesus.
No,
He's been
Catherine
busy.
is like turned into kind of a busier person than ever, as far as I'm concerned.
That's
I
true.
am. I'm a
Am I
very
wrong,
busy
Catherine?
bee.
Very
You're
popular.
You're right. I
Her
am.
social
I'm busy.
calendar.
But that's okay. I like
Yeah,
being
it's
here.
like, you used to be able to get a hold of her, but now you get that, that message. Can't.
I can't be bothered. So I learned, oh, God, this is probably 20 years ago. Probably that long ago. Louie's talking to Catherine, and I come into the room, and while he's talking, I hear Louie say as I walk in the room, well, Catherine, Tom is very self-involved. I'm like, thanks. Thanks a lot.
No, in your defense, Louie, you said we're all of us in the business are a little self-involved. And I said, a little?
I'm laying in front of a mirror right now.
Is it on the ceiling?
No, I don't like that view.
Well, it's a good view for us, man.
It just shows my right side. I don't want to see the whole thing.
And let's talk about you. How many years in
No,
Vegas?
but the great thing about, what I love about doing this podcast is this is like a different Tom.
Right.
And I love that, you have your whole family, because I don't know anybody who does this having their family on. I love the idea. It's kind of like it's the show after the show.
Yeah.
So that's what I was really looking forward to. The last time I saw you, I think it was what holiday was it? There was lots of food. Was it Thanksgiving?
We had brunch with my boyfriend Dan and his brother Mike.
No, oh yeah, that was that. But I mean at your house, Alex. What was it?
That was Christmas Eve. Weren't you here Christmas Eve?
Oh yeah, it was
Thanksgiving?
Christmas
Yeah.
Eve.
How could you confuse that holiday?
Hey, that's a Jew telling you when Christmas
We
Eve
have a
is.
lot of big Jews around here.
Yeah, well, we have so much fun over there, and it's always so welcoming, and the family's always very welcoming, and I love the idea of doing a podcast with you guys. And what is Andy's role? Because I have not even heard him yet.
Yeah, Andy.
I'm adjusting the levels so everyone sounds good.
And he adds
Keep adjusting.
the dry.
Can I tell my Andy story about the time I called?
I'd love to hear
I
it.
called the house, and
yeah.
Andy answers. I go, "Hi, it's Louie." Oh. It was just the most. I think it's Andy's way of saying, "Yeah, it's you."
Yeah, I'm a little
It was
apathetic
just
in my
so like,
defense.
"Hey, Andy, it's Louie." It was just like you couldn't be bothered, but it's really just you, right, Andy? It
Yeah,
isn't that
pretty
you really
much.
like that, because
Well, when we go out to dinner and stuff, if we say, "How do you like the food?" and he says, "It's okay," that's like somebody saying,
That's
"It's
as good
the
as I
greatest
Their
go.
mind is
meal
blown
I've
if
ever
he's
had
just
in
a
my
little
life."
happy. Everybody else's mind is blown.
Yeah, he's a
because-
man.
one of my
very
great
little words.
joys was to introduce Andy to those things, those tooth things.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, jeez.
Do you
started
still
that?
use them?
oh yeah.
What two things?
What are
That's
they?
my favorite thing.
The little
'cause
floss?
That's the secret
No.
to get to the heart of who Andy is. Bring him a dental or any kind of hygiene thing that will help keep germs away.
Happy birthday. Here's some Q-tips.
Louie figured him out fast. How did you figure him out so fast? I'm still trying to figure him out.
Well, because, I said this guy is concerned about his hygiene.
I can
And
tell.
even though I am not necessarily concerned, I do like these little things for your teeth. But yeah, it was really fun. And Alex, she's the greatest. I love Alex.
She doesn't care about her hygiene.
I could not care less. Haven't showered in weeks.
Louie, I got to tell you, last night on the show, everybody's talking, and everybody's having a great time, all the rest of it. And Catherine says, "This is a family. we're all together. We like working together. We like being together. We're sitting around watching The Soup or whatever show. KP Anderson's going to be on Monday, by the way. Should mention that. The executive producer and the head writer of The Soup. But that's what we do. So that's where the idea hit, was watching The Soup. It's like, we should someday do a podcast together. And I said, well, let's get Tony Lee back. I haven't worked with him in 12 years. That'd be wonderful. It just, the whole idea really appealed to me because, like you said, this is who I am. It's not that I'm some fake guy on the radio or whatever, but it's just a whole different deal, talking to friends and just having a great time with this whole situation and working with great people. But that's why I said having you on tonight is it's perfect, because the people want to know. I guess it's like watching a new reality show. You want to get to know who the people all are, and you could single out everybody and say this about them, that about them. So last night, Catherine said, we're all working together and we're all happy and it's a wonderful thing. And Andy said, I didn't want to be on it. Help me.
I love that. Now, what I think you should do is have a cartoonist or somebody who does those caricatures come in and do the whole family sitting around the podcast. And that should be your cover.
With giant heads and noses. That's always pleasant.
Someone once told me I was a living, breathing caricature. That is not very nice.
You have big eyes.
Oh, that's
maybe why.
Maybe that's.
And
you have a giant head.
You have
and a crazy face.
Large eyes.
FYI, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up to a point like that. Somebody really said that?
I was at Valley Fair. I remember he was a caricaturist. Anyway, but I was getting one done, and he was like, "You're a living, breathing caricaturist."
He was hitting on you.
Yeah, honey. I think that might have been what it was.
Yeah,
I was like,
I think I
was 11, so I hope not.
I like to draw your nose.
Oh, man,
well,
very good.
Let's rewind that.
We'll keep
cross
that
our
out of
fingers.
it.
That's not what it was.
So, Louie, how many years you been in Vegas now?
Stand up.
What?
I didn't hear what you asked. How many years? What?
I thought you could called me Santa.
Is that
Santa? Look, I know I need to lose some weight, but for
what am I
Christ's sake.
doing, Santa? I want the iPhone 9.
Very good.
With some donuts.
Every time I buy an iPhone, there's a new one in 3 months. And they always say it at the end of the reason when I'm hooking the phone up. In 3 months, the 9 will be out. What? Why am I getting this?
It's very true.
Well, you wanted a new phone. Well, I would have waited 3 more months.
Yeah.
It's always that thing.
It is always that.
Have you ever been over to the Genius Bar?
Oh,
over
we
there?
were just
I
there.
live
At
there
the Apple
practically.
Store?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that they call it a Genius Bar, and you just go in there and go, you guys are just nerds. That's all you are.
But the
Nerds
concept,
have become the new thing.
The
They're
concept
the
is
most
genius.
powerful person.
Well, I've always wondered, people are like, oh, what do you do for work? And they just go, I'm a genius. That's always strange to me.
Yeah, I love that kind of thing. Hey, Tom, what did you ask me? How many years, what?
Yeah, how many years you've been in Vegas now?
Oh, Vegas, 7 years, but it seems like
Wow.
14.
You were supposed to go 7 years, Santa, and I was going to go, what's a good little boy? But
No,
Stan,
I always was offered, they always wanted me to play Santa. Do you want to play Santa? And I go, no, I do not want to play Santa.
You'd hate that.
I want to play
Yeah,
the
that would-
devil. Let me play the devil.
Oh,
I guess you playing the devil. That'd be good.
But I don't want to play Santa. They always make fat guys play the... Louie will play the Santa. Have a thin guy play Santa. It's always funnier to me.
Well, and those little smelly kids on your lap. Like, ugh.
That's kind of negative.
children.
Motherhood,
Ew.
huh?
A lot of Santas are smelly.
Those little smelly kids on your lap. Oh,
always
Andy, I
loved
can see
children.
where you got the whole hygiene thing now.
It's the sense of smell I inherited.
Yes,
Exactly.
It runs in the family.
Like a hound dog.
That's exactly right. You
Now,
know,
can I ask a couple questions about Nick?
absolutely.
And where did he make the movie? In Boston?
In Boston, yep.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
there
he
3
must
months.
have had a lot of fun. I'm glad.
He
Yeah.
said it was fun
And
for
when
8
did- and-
days.
Is it a movie with Sandler or is one he wrote?
He was the co-writer on it. I think he was the producer, co-writer. He started it along. He took Rob Schneider's spot. It's Grown Ups 2, and Rob Schneider was doing a TV show, and he didn't want to be in the movie or couldn't be in the movie. So Nick took his spot, and I believe
Oh,
Colin.
it's grown-ups too. I get it.
Yes, I believe Colin
Okay,
Quinn's
now
in
I
it.
put it together.
Bunch of different good, really, really good people. But no, he said he
You
got.
know, Nick
Go ahead.
said he was writing a movie about the Winter Carnival.
Right.
So I'm hoping that he's going to continue to work on that, because that would be so much fun
I mean, the St. Paul
to
Winter
do a
Carnival?
movie about the Winter Carnival.
Finding the Medallion 3.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
Yes, we used to go out and look for that Winter Carnival medallion in the freezing cold. And I remember it to be kind of a drag, but yet one of the high points of my life in one sense, because of how much fun it was sitting around and trying to decipher those clues.
They never made sense. They were impossible to
Yeah,
decipher.
they never make sense. Look up in the sky and then down in the gully. Turn around 3 times. You're a dumb mully. It's over by the fairgrounds. Remember, someone would always say that? They found it at the fairgrounds. What are you talking about?
That's the St. Paul Pioneer Press newspaper is what Louie and Tony are talking about. They publish clues every year. The carnival's in the first week in February.
I have no idea.
Well, thanks for that.
Snowing.
Well, because in Minnesota, the Winter Carnival could be anywhere from September through July.
Yeah, right.
Right. We have a big one.
That is called the winter. That is the Winter Carnival.
It is
Every year.
the wonderful Winter Carnival. So now you're coming back to town. We should talk about where you're going to be appearing in Minnesota when you come back.
Well, I'm going to be Saturday night. I'm going to be up in Ham Lake at Scott Hansen's doing a show,
Right.
and then in September I'm coming in to do a bunch of shows. The 1st of September I'm being Cross Lake. Let's see, and then I'm in. Oh, I can't remember. Well, you can go to comedygallery.com. I think it's all on there. Scott has it. I'm doing it with Scott. We're doing VFWs. You know, VFWs all over the country are suffering because of, you know, a lot of them are, you know, it's kind of like, and maybe it's passé to a lot to
Veteran Foreign Wars, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of veterans, and we're trying to get people to support the VFW, to come in and see a show, buy some drinks, get some food to help support and keep those VFWs going for the veterans of foreign wars that still, you know, come there.
Well, it's a great idea, and
So we're doing all VFWs. We're doing like 5 or 6 or 7 VFWs around Minnesota.
Oh, there's nothing better than a VFW fish fry or bingo. It's true.
You know, it's so. I love VFWs,
Yes.
like their burgers or sloppy joes. They're always, you hardly ever can find a sloppy joe, and not that even
Elementary
people like
school
them.
cafeteria and a VFW.
So I'm going to be performing at those, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be at Ham Lake on, like I said, Saturday, and then yeah.
You're not talking
in
about
town,
this. You're not talking about this Saturday.
What?
You're not talking about this Saturday, are you?
Yeah, this Saturday I am.
Oh, because we want
I'm this Saturday at the VFW.
How long are you in town for, Louie?
I'm in town until Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I come back the 1st. I go there, and then Wednesday I come back. So I'm there the 18th through the 22nd,
Okay.
and I've got a corporate event on Tuesday. I know we talked about doing in studio podcast at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
can come in, that would be great.
I'd love to do it.
Wear a Santa suit.
Am I boring today, though? I keep feeling like I'm boring today.
No, you're not boring at all.
Everything
Oh, okay,
bores
good.
me.
Because, you know, in podcasts, you can't tell if you're boring or not.
Well, podcast, like I said, this is kind of a reality. It's just conversation. And matter of fact, a lot of people said that's what they really liked about the first episode, was that it was very conversational. It's just, you know, a bunch of people talking to someone they've known for a long time. And, you know, Nick was wonderful. He's a great storyteller.
Yeah, you know, Nick is a really good storyteller. I remember, I think the first time I worked with Nick was on Comedy Showcase. We were taping him on the pier in Santa Monica at a little club Lenny Bruce had played in, like,
Wow.
you know, in the 50s. And we did these, and so, like, Nick Swartzen was on, Mitch Hedberg ran right after Saturday Night Live. I did it for 3 seasons.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
it was really a lot of fun. I was the host of that. It was so much fun.
You should still be the host of the Family Feud, by the way. That thing is a disaster.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it really fell apart.
I didn't even know
Well,
it
I
was still
think
on.
Steve Harvey has a groove going on it, though, that's really working. I haven't watched it much, but the woman who booked the Family Feud, the person who made the decision,
Right.
always wanted to change the host every 3 years. Of course, I didn't know that when I took the job.
Right.
But every 3 years, they have changed the host. She likes to keep it fresh. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't really know why she did it. But anyways, every 3 years, I had the most fun doing that. That was one of the best jobs of all time.
Well, it's probably when you'd start demanding a lot of money.
Nope.
That would be my guess.
Well, I had a contract much like Tom's that goes up every year, no matter what.
That'd be $3.
I did really have a contract that went up every year, and by the fourth year, it would have been quite costly for them to do it. But I think they wanted the change. I don't think it was about the money. I know no one's beat my rating. They haven't beat my ratings. There are little things in life you get some joy out of.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. That logic makes no sense to me because that goddamn Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, the total disaster.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Right.
What?
The same
No one
people
ever
for
watches
30
those.
years, right?
Lou, you did such a great job with, just the improv on the fly with that. Do you ever see yourself doing a show where you're constantly interviewing new people, an interview style show like that?
Well, funny you should say that.
Uh-oh.
Mike Endersky, a friend of Abraham's out of New York, and Abraham is a guy we do a lot of business together, and Tom and Catherine know Abraham very well. And his friend, Mike Endersky, wrote a comedy game show called Punchline that he brought to me, and we worked on it, and we tried it out here in at the showroom in Vegas, and it has now been optioned by a production company, and as soon as the contract's done, we're going to take it out to the networks and the game show network and all the different powers that be. And so it's a really funny idea about that thing where it's all about comics, and it's all about interviewing people and doing jokes. That might be my new job.
That'll be a good 3 years.
Hey, listen, 3 years nowadays, that's a long time to be on TV.
Yeah, true.
Well, that's a fact. And why don't those, like Colin Quinn's Tough Crowd was a wonderful show.
Oh, God, I love that show.
It was a phenomenal show. And then who just had one? Paul Provenza just had one. That was it. The
Green Room?
The Green Room. There you go. Now, did that get canceled?
Oh, that was a terrific show. But it was, that was really a fascinating show to me.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
Did you enjoy that?
I did, because it's the first time I would have seen. Well, I shouldn't say the first time, but you would see people on there like Mark Maron teamed up with all these different, really, really different kinds of comedy.
Yeah, you'd have all the different. You'd have three completely different comedians. Yeah, right. Like Kathleen Madigan, Mark Maron, and
that young kid, Burnham, Bo Burnham.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic.
Did you ever hear what? Ray Romano was on there with Bo Burnham, and so Paul Provenza asked Bo Burnham to go to the piano, and that's what Bo Burnham does, right? So as he stands up, Ray Romano leans over and he goes, "Oh, great, a fucking prop comic." See, that's what I love about that stuff. It's just wonderful. Wonderful stuff like that.
Yeah, there's nobody meaner or nicer than comics, so it was a fun show to watch,
Yes, it was.
Did you watch the Roseanne roast?
I have watched Roseanne roast. I was kind of surprised you weren't on that, but you don't really like roasting people, do you?
I don't, but I wasn't asked, which was really like a surprise to me. But like I don't have anything against Comedy Central because I certainly love to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you notice, most of the people that are on those roasts have specials coming up.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Three of the main roasters also had specials debuting the next few weeks. So I think that's how they work it. But I love that Tom Arnold showed up. I thought that was a very fun and really good thing in some weird way. It was like there was almost like I'm not going to say there was, they made up, but there was hey, thanks for coming by. Gave him a chance to acknowledge the good things that Roseanne had done for him.
Yeah.
And I really thought that was good. And of course, I just love seeing Gilbert Gottfried on roast.
Oh God, Gilbert.
Good.
Gilbert is going to be here next week. You should have him on your podcast sometime.
Oh, you
I
know
don't know
what?
if you're a fan of Gilbert. Maybe you're not.
Oh, yeah. he's
I love
great.
Gilbert. Gilbert. Matter of fact, one time, the last time that Gilbert was in studio at KQRS, Mike Gelfand was still on the show, and we'll have Mike Gelfand's going to be our special guest next Wednesday on this podcast, as a matter of fact, because he retired from radio. But Gilbert had hurt his back, and the only guy in the room smaller than Gelfand is Gilbert Gottfried, right? And he hurt his back,
right.
So that entire morning, Mike Gelfand was wheeling Gilbert Gottfried around in this little push chair. It was hilarious. Could you push me just a little faster? It was wonderful. No, but Gilbert,
Yeah.
we should absolutely get
Gilbert and I go to the dollar store together when he's here.
You know what?
Little trip.
I gotta call it a
Day
favorite.
trip.
We got it. Would you mention to Gilbert that he should come on the podcast? Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's really true that he calls me and I take him to the dollar store and we have so much fun.
Well, you know, I heard that from other guys. Well, that you're the only person they know that goes around to these flea markets in a limousine.
I think that's Louie's podcast right there. It's a dollar store with Louie, and he takes in different guests and goes around to the dollar store.
Be a good thing.
Kind of.
Well, we pitched it as a show, but they didn't like it.
Well, they're idiots.
I really wanted to do a show with Gilbert where we went around the country to different dollar stores. You know, television, you're in or you're out.
Yeah.
And you just have to find the right thing to get in. You know, you have to almost be like jumped in, a gang. You know.
Oh, here's Mr. Gang reference here.
Oh, now Louie's getting
There's a lot of them
hardcore.
I wish that would go out already.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Like, don't you turn on TV sometimes and go, "Oh my God,
All
how
the
did
time.
that guy get a show?"
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, all
You
the
know?
time. Remember.
Guess what show I just told my publicist to try to get me on?
What?
Hillbilly hand fishing.
Oh my God.
Oh, that would be great.
I cannot believe how much I want to do that.
Right.
I know it sounds insane, but I just want to go and I just want to do it. I know it's crazy. I don't even know why.
You see what it feels
I
like.
need more B12. I think it's a deficiency or something.
That's the one where they
I'm
try
gonna-
to catch carp with their hands.
Yes.
I think?
Yes,
They
you put
shove
your
their
hand in
arm.
these holes where the carp live in these against the river there. And then they bite onto them, and you pull the carp out.
Okay, I've never
they
seen the
grab
show,
onto
but
your
I've
hand.
seen the promos, and there's kind of all these gnarly
It
looking
looks
guys.
so much fun. It
Oh,
does.
yeah.
I know it probably.
You have to
I just
grow.
want to do it. I don't know
Isn't
why.
it's called noodling.
And then I was
too.
watching
Noodling,
the Storage
yes.
Wars one night, and I was positive that my stuff was being auctioned off.
Louie,
I'm
you'd
not
be so
kidding you. I
great.
called my manager and I said, "Did I ever live in Cerritos?"
Oh my gosh. I'd love to see you on the show Hoarders, just as a special guest going in to talk to people. What the hell?
You
Why
could
do
be the
have all this stuff
therapist.
here?
Listen, I can't watch that Hoarders show anymore.
I
Why not?
know.
I get
feel
too
the same
sad.
way.
Don't
It's
you
really
guys get
sad.
I get so sad.
At first, I was
I
fascinated.
just want to say to them, at what point, like when the aisles are gone from the house, isn't that the time to talk to whatever relative you have?
You know, it's
Like, when did they just say they were? Do you think people just throw their hands up
yes.
and say that's enough?
Yes.
I can't do nothing about it. Is that what happens there? Because I just don't get it. Like, my mom was a bit of a pack rat, but we had aisles at least.
You can get around.
You know, I should mention that Louie has been tremendously helpful in setting up this podcast, come up with some great ideas. When Louie does do an in-studio show, it has a name, but I can't really say the name of it yet. It's going to be on a specific topic, and it has to do with the fact that Louie doesn't work blue in his act, but yet he talks like a human being, like every other human being. And that's kind of going to be like the
Yeah, well,
subject.
fuck, what are you talking about?
Oh, no.
He does cuss.
No,
I
I'm
knew
just
it.
kidding. Doesn't even sound right out of me, does it?
No.
It doesn't.
No, not at all.
I did tell a story about going into the restaurant where you and I were the only ones in there. I told it on last night's podcast, but there was no one else in this cavernous restaurant. And you said, "Oh, is this a fucking Shining?" So sorry for repeating the joke.
It's a bad sign when the restaurant is completely empty. It's probably a good thing to turn around and get out of there.
But I have to tell you honestly, Matt Paxton from Hoarders has been tremendously helpful. Sean, you could probably talk more about that than I, but he has been tremendously helpful in setting up this podcast.
He actually was the creator of the show. He's going to be on the podcast here in a few weeks.
Wonderful.
I think we'll have him on the next couple of weeks.
Great.
But he's just a great guy.
Hey, when he's on the show, will you ask him what people they reject? Do people call and go, I've got an aunt who's a hoarder?
That is a great
and
question.
They come out there and go, this isn't bad enough. This is...
you can make it into your bathroom. You're not a true
we can't
hoarder.
do it. You don't have any problems compared to,
Matt told me a story the
I
other day.
always wonder that,
He told me a story the other day that
And
I won't
hasn't
repeat.
it spurred off to, animal hoarders now? There's an animal
there's
hoarder?
an animal hoarders where people have 70 cats
Yeah.
and
Yes.
stuff.
That's
Those are the
weird.
worst ones too, because regular
Yeah.
garbage that you throw away doesn't pee on your floor and everything.
Sean, you had a story about Matt.
It's so weird.
Oh, I was just saying.
Television's changed so much. I mean, I love all those dumb reality shows. I mean, I just go in streaks on them. But Storage Wars was really fun, and the hillbilly hand fishing really made me laugh also.
Well, it should. There's no question. But thank you very much to you, because you've been so helpful on the phone with Catherine and pointing out. And, we ask everybody that comes on the show, who we should have on. People have been great. Andy Kindler's going to be on. I mean, I can go down a long list of people who are going to be on the show. Just Bobcat Goldthwait actually texted me from Australia to say, yeah, I'd love to do the podcast. I mean, but who do you think?
Wow, that's really nice.
That is really. But Gilbert is a great suggestion. I just try to come down, because I don't want to be calling everybody up and bothering everybody with the whole deal. But the people, all you guys, responded very, very well, and so Gilbert is a great suggestion. The last time Gilbert, I know this is not the last time he was on, but a few times ago when he was on the KQ Morning Show with us. So Gilbert's telling jokes and he's killing it, and we're just laughing and having a ball. And then an unidentified person said to him, "Could you do the Aflac duck voice for me?"
Jeez.
Oh, no.
And he actually said, "Yes, because it's so different from my real voice." I didn't even know I could do
Gilbert's a really wonderful person with a really sweet wife, Dara, and kids, and he's really a good father and just a wonderful human being. Gilbert is one of the nicest people in the world. Honest to God, just a sweetheart. I just love Gilbert.
After you, though.
Wow, that's very nice of you. You know who else would be good? There's a lot of Vegas people it would be really good if you could get Steve Wynn, maybe, those kind of people. Those would be interesting people, because I think people are interested, maybe not, maybe just show business people are interested in this, but the state of Vegas, will it come back? That kind of thing. That's always fascinating to me.
Has it been better
And
out
you
there,
know who
Louie?
you should have is Oscar Goodman on.
Oh, Oscar.
He would be fantastic.
The longtime mayor of Las Vegas.
You know who you should have on, honest to God?
Who?
He's a character.
Marty Allen. He's 90 years old.
Yes,
He's
what? He was
fantastic
still alive.
He has a fantastic act still. You cannot believe how he dances on the stage at the end of the whole thing.
So you still got a full head of hair?
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I'm all like, he's 90. I feel like, oh my God, and he's still so funny, so funny.
Louie, we love you. We appreciate all your time. Thanks. Again, behind the scenes, you've been so much help, and we really appreciate the fact that you would be one of our very, very first guests. What do you?
I appreciate it. I wish you guys so much success. I love all of you. You know that, and I just think this is a great new adventure for all of you. And I can't wait to see you all in person and give you a big hug.
The Tom Barnard Podcast is proud to donate a portion of our proceeds to the Smile Network. Find their banner on the upper right side of the homepage at tombarnardpodcast.com. Learn more about the Smile Network and how they brought smiles to thousands of people around the world.
Listen, I can't tell you how happy I am that you're doing this podcast, and I can't tell you how much, not just you, Tom, but all of your family has contributed to making me more successful and happier and feeling very, very loved.
You're a great man. Thank you, Louie. We love you, pal.
We love you too.
Thanks, Louie.
We love you so much.
We'll talk to you soon. This weekend. We'll
Bye, Andy.
Perfect ending. Perfect ending right there.